Mikey unbeaten, 33-0. Coming up, a 5-round lightweight matchup. 23-year-old Kin Moy out of Cambridge, Massachusetts, and 19-year-old Marc Torres. Highly decorated, young, full of ambition. Torres plans to showcase his talents tonight and prove he is in this sport for the long haul.
Man, I am 19 years old. I'm young. I got my youth still, like, I better do it now. That's why I'm here. I'm here to fight. I'm here to show the world, man, what we got in the Valley.
Marc Torres made his professional debut 2 years ago. At the age of 17, he says, I am going to shock the world. And he will take on Kin Moy here tonight at BKB 2.
Kin Moy coming out to an old tune by War. That's classic soul, Kenny.
Absolutely.
Bet you Robert remembers that, man.
We have to remember that.
You know, Kin Moy, I read an interview with him, a very articulate fighter. He's primarily an MMA fighter, where his record is 6-1. We don't really know much about him as a boxer.
And right up your alley, he is a terrific writer as well.
He is a terrific writer. He talks very articulately about the beauty and the artistry of combat sports. Here we have Marc Torres, renowned for an excellent amateur career and something you don't hear much about in BKB, a very educated left jab.
And Robert, his role model is his older brother, professional boxer Isaac Torres. So it runs in the family, just like with the Garcias.
Runs in the family. It's a great thing to do, you know, when younger brothers are following what the older brothers are doing. So it's something great. You know, he comes in with a lot of confidence. You can see that.
And that cowboy hat from his home state of Texas as we head to the pit, and our ring announcer, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Verizon Wireless Arena right here in Manchester, New Hampshire, USA, it's BKB Championship fighting, raw skill and courage right here on DirecTV and Audience Network. This is BKB 2. All bouts sanctioned by the New Hampshire Boxing Commission. The three judges at the edge of the pit for this first contest will be Mike Nolan, Frank Wells, and Martha Tremblay, and the referee in charge of the action at the bell, Dave Greenwood. And now let's get things going with 5 rounds, BKB fighting rules. This is in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red, official weight 135 pounds. From Boston, Massachusetts, he is Kin Moy. And his opponent across the pit, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing gray, official weight 135 pounds. From Mission, Texas, Marc Torres.
Hey guys, I want a nice clean fight. You know the rules to the all, right? Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
5-round lightweight matchup. Kin Moy in the red trunks and Marc Torres. What do you expect, Marc?
Moy talks about facing his doubts and demons. He's about to face them in the form of Torres.
First BKB fight for both Moy and Torres.
Chin down, Chin. Chin down. Follow him, there you go.
What do you see early, Robert?
You know, right away I see Torres coming up with his left hand and using his jab with followed with the left hook, which is very important in fights like this.
Torres missed it with a couple of right hook attempts.
Come on, kid.
Now a left jab to the face of Moy.
You know, Moy's working the body pretty good. You know, he's doing a great job working the body, and I think that could turn out to be a very important point for this fight.
I think Torres has to keep him on the end of that jab.
Straight, jab cross jab, kid.
Torres should be using his jab a little more. As you see, he lands it every time he throws it. Again, he's throwing and landing the jab. He needs to keep it a little more active. You know, the moment that he doesn't throw it, that's when he's getting hit. And he could get hurt because he's getting hit by solid shots.
He's getting countered with hard body shots, and he's getting countered when he throws that overhand right.
Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds.
Nice uppercut by Moy.
4-year age differential. Torres 19, Moy 23. Moy fighting close to home, Cambridge, Massachusetts native, just outside Boston.
So that means he's got the local crowd behind him, but you know, Torres has to do the opposite and win the crowd by landing some good punches, like he just landed that right hand.
Yeah, but he's got the local body shots going for him.
Yes, he does, and he's landing some beautiful ones.
Ooh.
Torres receives a warning.
You know, he received the warning, but I think at the same time, Moy pushed him with his shoulder, gave him a little shoulder push to get off of the pit.
Final seconds, round 1.
For a guy who considers himself an MMA fighter like Moy, I am very, very impressed with the quality of the body shots, with his ring generalship, with his ability to control the center.
Yes, very impressed because he does have some really good body shots, and he doesn't seem like an MMA fighter. He looks like a real professional boxer.
And I'm surprised that such a well-schooled fighter such as Torres went for that overhand right, that long shot to start with.
We saw a cut open up over the right eye of Kin Moy. Who did you give the advantage to in round 1, Robert?
I would say Moy because he landed the better body shots, the more effective punches. Even though Torres had some good jabs, I think he didn't use it that much.
I think that getting the guy out of the center is a huge psychological advantage too. It says, this is my pit.
So 2 judges gave round 1 to Torres, 10-9, and the other to Kin Moy.
Well, we disagree.
Round 2, scheduled for 5 135-pound lightweights. Kin Moy in the red trunks from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Marc Antonio Torres fighting out of Mission, Texas. Moy with 4 professional fights, unbeaten.
Good right hand to the head by Moy. Good left hook by Moy.
So I think that the fight on the inside, it's all Moy. I think Torres should be fighting on the outside using his jab, but you don't have that much room to move around. So it's going to be hard for him to box and try to control the fight with his jab.
I am impressed with that left hook of Moy's.
Moy is throwing a beautiful left hook to the body, and that I think a couple of times have already hurt Torres.
Yes.
Torres has felt him.
And you're right, Robert. The pit about half the size, as Jen Brown mentioned earlier, of a traditional boxing ring.
I truly believe that if the rounds keep going, I think by the 4th, 5th round, I think Torres is going to be in serious trouble.
Oh, big right by Torres.
Right hand by Torres.
Didn't seem to have that much effect on Moy.
Now left by Torres connects.
Moy looks like he's very confident in doing his job, but I think if he was to use his jab a little more, he would be a little more effective.
And keep that left hand up, too.
Correct.
Half minute remaining in round 2.
Nice body work. Notice the fighter with his back to the edge of the pit is always Torres. Good shot by Torres.
We still have to give a lot of credit to Torres because he is landing some clean shots in this round. Even though Moy is the more active fighter, I think Torres landed the better shots in this round.
Yes. He had a better round than he did the first.
Yes, he did.
I still don't think that he won.
Replay brought to you by Playboy. The big left by Moy.
Left hook that Moy landed.
What adjustments, Robert, do you think both Moy and Torres need to make as we head to round 3?
I think Moy should walk in, keep following his opponent, but throwing a little bit more jabs, and that should give him a little more time to follow up after the jab and throw some combinations. Torres should continue using his jab. He's backing up and boxing, but he is getting caught with a lot of body shots. He should be a little more quick on his footwork.
So Moy with the 2018 edge from Judge 3. Judges 1 and 2 have it even, 19 apiece.
I agree. I think it's one apiece right now so far. So far right now in the beginning of this round, Moy came out strong, landed 2 punches, 2 good solid punches.
There goes our left hook to the body with Moy.
And again, Mark, it's Torres with his back at the edge of the pit.
Look at the body shots that Moy continues to land. Lefts and rights. You see that?
Body shots. If he followed up with uppercuts, he would
nice
probably
right
do some damage.
Yep. He does not look like an MMA
He
fighter.
does not, definitely does not. His stance, everything is, is a boxer stance. So, he's got a good teacher, good coach behind him. Beautiful body shot. See, so far it's all Moy's round.
And Torres, the much more defensive fighter here in round 3.
That is very correct.
He's reaching.
I think those body shots have been doing some damage.
yeah.
I think those body shots have been hurting Torres. They keep landing.
Now he followed up with the uppercut, just like
Yes,
you
he
said,
did.
Robert. That's a devastating combination. Hook to the body, uppercut. Nice right hand by Torres.
Now Moy comes back with a combination.
So when they're exchanging punches and then Moy sees his opponent being a little bit tired, I think he should do a little pivots to the left or to the right and continue landing those body shots. I think that would end the fight.
We may be in the pit, Robert, but this is still the sweet science.
Oh, it is.
Strategy does pay off.
No,
Wits
definitely.
pay off. Composure pays off.
Definitely does.
Moy is
Those
open
body
to that
shots
right
are really
hand.
hurting.
Yep.
I think Torres complained of a headbutt right there, but I think it was the body shot that really hurt him.
I think he's hurting
Right.
the ribs, man. I would not want to be Torres's ribs right now.
There goes more with a beautiful left hook.
Now that does not look like an MMA guy. Bang.
Beautiful left hook. He must have some MMA experience, but I'm
No,
pretty
he got
sure.
some MMA.
I'm
He
pretty sure
must
he's
have some
done boxing for a
experience
while
too,
too.
Moy with the edge, 29-28 from Judge 1. The same score from Judge 2, with Moy ahead by 1 point. And it's Moy by 3.
I agree with the judges. I think now at this point, Moy is the one with all the energy, where Torres is looking like he's getting hurt or tiring out.
Good left hook. Good left hook by Torres. Good right hand by Torres to start. Yep.
This is round 4, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the lightweight class. 23-year-old Kin Moy in the red trunks from Cambridge, Massachusetts. 19-year-old Marc Torres from Mission, Texas.
Which is the fact that Moy staying active is what's winning him the rounds, in my opinion. He's staying active, landing some good body shots. Even though he gets hit once in a while, that's not enough to win the round by Torres.
And look who's coming forward.
Moy the one keeps coming forward, and
And this is the best start of the round for Torres. But now look, it's
Look
changed.
at that. 3-4 punch combinations, every punch landed.
Oh.
Followed by 1-2. Body shots, followed by the
Body
uppercut.
by the uppercut.
Yep.
The body by the uppercut. That's exactly what we've been talking about.
If he started to use some angles and pivot to the left or the right, he would just look so
Robert,
amazing.
you know what Moy needs? A week or two in Oxnard with you.
Yeah, you know what? You are correct. I think he could be a great boxer and forget MMA and dedicate himself to boxing because he's got a good future.
30 seconds remaining in round
Look at
4.
those right hands coming now.
Oh, that was a beautiful right hand. I think that's
He stunned him.
Torres.
Torres is stunned. And he is beating a well-schooled fighter, according to Torres' amateur record. Ooh. The way Torres is moving, to me, you can see the accumulated effect of those body shots.
And he looks like he's just trying to survive from now on. His last round, he's going to try to survive and go the distance, not get knocked out. He's in trouble. His face says it all.
Moy with the edge over the first three and look to have a decisive edge in round 4.
There goes the right hand. Beautiful right hand that landed right in the chin. See those last
chopping
right hands
overhand right.
Keep landing.
Short.
They keep landing.
Tight. But I think that, to your point, that right hand was made possible by all the body shots that came before.
I think so. All those body shots started to make Torres drop his hands, and the right hand's landing.
That's a tired kid, Torres.
Oh no, definitely tired. I think, you know, by this time, you know, I don't see a knockout. That's the way he would win, by knockout, and I don't see that knockout coming. I think it's going to be a worse round for him because he's definitely very tired, and Moy's coming stronger.
Well, Torres does need a knockout here in round 5.
The final round.
Lightweight clash here at BKB 2. Kin Moy and Marc Torres. Early in round 5.
One thing I would also like to
Double
test
left hook.
His power. Moy's power. It seems like he needs a little more power. If he had a little more power, he probably would have already had this guy out.
Oh, left by Moy.
Keep landing. Beautiful combinations. But it seems like they don't have too much power.
Torres is going for cover now.
Yeah, Torres just wants to survive and go through the round. He doesn't want to get knocked out.
The combination of this round so far is the double left hook to me early.
You know, he's been using the left hook followed by that uppercuts. He's using his left pretty well. You know, that was the last counter. He didn't land the right hand, but he stepped back and came back with the right hand, which if he would have landed, Torres would have been in trouble.
Under a minute remaining in round 5.
Nice kills by Moy. Nice footwork, nice combinations. He's actually showing to be a real fighter.
You can call it boxing, you can call it fighting, but it is definitely a test of skill in there right now. And Moy has distinguished himself. Oh, good straight right. He's right up on the edge of the pit. Okay.
Torres just trying to hang on for the next 10 seconds.
He still lands a punch here and there, but with no power, so it ain't gonna do no damage to Moy. Fight's over.
Welcome to the pit, Kin Moy.
That's right.
You have faced your doubts and demons quite well, young man.
This round, Moy was just very active. He kept throwing punches, landing hooks with the right hooks, followed by uppercuts. He landed everything he wanted to. Torres was just surviving.
I was surprised with the crispness of his left hooks, of his body shots, all of which speak to a boxer. I think he could use a couple weeks in Oxnard too. You know, he's facing something. We assume this decision is going to be what it is. He's facing something that's one of the most difficult things a kid can face. Losing when you're young. Losing when you're old, you get practice. Losing when you're a kid, that's tough.
Yeah, when they're old, they have the experience and they've done everything before. You know, let's hear what Michael Buffer has to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Mike Nolan, 50-45. Frank Wells, 49-46. And Martha Tremblay, 49-46. All three to the winner by unanimous decision, Kin Moy.
So it is Moy by unanimous decision over Marc Antonio Torres. So congratulations to Ken Moy.
We're trying to get away from what